Hi, everybody. Okay,
Hello.
welcome to our Facebook Live today. As you can see, I'm holding my phone because I just turned on my Instagram to tell people that we are in fact on Facebook Live together with our good friends. And today we have invited our friends from, in fact, our favorite um, desserts in Bangkok, and they are from Paris Mikki and Guss Damn Good. So Paris Mikki sells French pastry, and Guss Damn Good sells really good homemade ice cream. All right, so without further ado, let me hand over the time to Eddie to introduce you the speakers. All right, Eddie.
Yes, hello. Hello, everybody. So, I think many of you know that we have been doing a series of Facebook Live over the last couple of weeks. Uh, we are we are very enthusiastically inviting a lot of people in a lot of very important people in different industries related to Bangkok and Thailand to come on to share their experiences with us. So today we are touching on the dessert and pastry industry because I'm sure they have also been affected by this situation. And for Bangkok, in the last couple of weeks, um, Bangkok is gradually opening up. So I think the dessert shops are already open, if I'm not wrong. So I think without further ado, I will let them introduce themselves first. So can you
Uh,
briefly?
Eddie, hold on. I think
Yep.
we are hearing some echo, right? Are you hearing some
Yeah.
echo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm struggling a bit because of it actually.
Okay, any of you opening another screen with the audio on, maybe you need to lower down the volume to 0 so
Yes.
that there will not be any echo.
I think it's because of Rarin because she doesn't have headphone.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
Okay.
I'm in a quiet room by myself.
Yeah. That helps in the echo too. I think maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
never mind. I think we go ahead first.
Yeah. We'll have to go ahead. So
Yeah.
maybe we will let Carol introduce herself first. Maybe you introduce who you are and introduce your company and your business.
Hi, I'm Carol, chef owner of Paris Mikki. I have 3 outlets in Bangkok, and we do primarily French cakes and croissants.
That's it.
That's all.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
That's fast.
anyway, Carol was BK's best pastry chef of the year in 2017. Yes, and now she has how many outlets do you have, and where are they? How many outlets do you have, Carol, and where are they?
Well, we have 3 outlets. The first one being at Sukhumvit 19, and the other 2 is at the department store at Central Embassy 6th floor and Central World 1st floor. So we've been in the business, I think, going on our 7th year. I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 7 years already. Or it's 6 years. We're going on our 7th year. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's good for you actually. So okay, now we move on to the ice cream people. So both Natee and Rarin are from Guss Damn Good, one of the very signature ice cream brands of Bangkok. The first time I knew of them was because of the little bao, you know, the ice cream, fried mantou from little bao. And then we really loved the ice cream, and I went to search who are the suppliers of the ice cream, and I found that it was you guys. So maybe I'll pass the time over to you, Guss Damn Good, to introduce who you are. What do you do in the company? Because there are 2 of you, right? I mean, how do you separate responsibilities? And maybe tell us a bit about your brand.
All right. Hi guys. My name is Rarin, and I'm a co-founder and also the chef ice cream artist of Custom Good. So basically, I design the ice cream. and also help with work with Natee. Just okay,
Hello.
maybe
Maybe you introduce the band a little bit about the band.
okay, sure. So Guss Damn Good is a craft ice cream. We start in Boston. We met together at Babson College MBA class. So we start back in 2014. So we are like a Boston craft ice cream that every story start has a story behind. Our motto of making each flavor is called story to flavor. We can tell you more about this, why it has to be a story. And now we have 9 outlets in Bangkok. Out of 9 outlets, there will be all are scoop shop, and we also have one that has a milkshake, another one also attached with the sundae, another one attached with Gus cookie bar.
Okay, so
And
Natee, do you have anything to add?
yeah. No, that's pretty much covered it. My name is Natee. Hi, everyone.
That's it.
Yeah, as Rarin said, she's doing some the creative part, and I doing the about the number and logic part. So she's gonna tell me which flavor that in her mind, and I gonna create the recipe for her. Yeah. So that's the part that we work together. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so let's move on. So Carol, are you hearing us with no issues? Carol, are you okay? Carol. Okay.
Can you hear us, Carol?
Carol,
It's-
hello.
I cannot hear the whole conversation. It's like it cuts in and out, in and out.
Okay. So Carol, we will flash the question and you can answer the question that we flash. Okay? Yes, Wilbur, can you? Yes. So the first question that I'm going to ask is, when we are doing this kind of Facebook Live, it is very difficult to run away from the topic of the COVID situation because Bangkok has gone through like a soft shutdown for the last 2 months, just starting to open up again. So maybe you can share, both of you, for both brands, because you are quite different, how the situation has affected your business. Yeah, so we can start with Carol, Paris Mikki. Anything to share?
Well, it definitely affected us, being that we're F&B. It has greatly affected hospitality and all the F&B industry. We went from three outlets to 1 outlet when the whole closure, when they closed down the mall. So we had to try to figure out how to do that. Yeah, we went from 3 outlets to 1 outlet, but it actually affected the business even before the whole closure. It affected us since the beginning of the outbreak, which is like back in January. It was like a slowly decline of sales and business and clientele. The hardest hit is definitely the ones in the department store, because as people were trying to avoid crowded spaces, people avoided going to the department store. So our sales definitely dropped. So we had to figure out over 2 months how to keep the business going in the department store. Yeah.
Okay, so Carol has an independent shop, and then she has 2 outlets in the major department stores. The case of Guss Damn Good, you have more outlets. You have outlets in department stores as well as community malls, and you could have some stores that I have never seen before. I do not know where the exact location is. So is the situation similar to Paris Mikki, or is it a little bit different? Can you share?
Um, all right. So we have 9 locations in Bangkok. For us, we start to see the sale drop around end of around March, but beginning of the year we still can make normal sale, very good sale after the New Year vibes. And when the COVID kick in, we close 4 to we at first we closed around like 4 up to 4 stores, but then we can get
5
all
actually. Yeah.
5. Which one? There will be like
สาม
Mega
ย่าน
Bang.
Midtown is actually yeah เมกะบางนาสามย่าน Midtown Common สารแดง Common ทองหล่อ and
Emport.
Central World yeah not M Quartier yeah and we are fortunate enough to negotiate with the department store and we can recover like the day after to get back 3 store so basically we closed down 2 store at both Common Saladang and Common Thong Lo that just opened like yesterday yeah and it's actually affect us a lot from March so we can see the decline of the sales as Rarin said but from March another thing that affect us a lot is normally when we have a store we normally sell ice cream in scoop and takeaway is a very little part of our sales but after COVID kicked in the takeaway part is the huge portion of the sales and we cannot sell the ice cream in tray so we can just sell ice cream in cup so the thing is about the production wise making the ice cream in tray is very easy it's not gonna take a lot of times but when we switch it to making a cup it take a lot of time and we start to see that our production is slow yeah so that's very much like affect us a lot yeah
So before the COVID situation, Guss Damn Good was doing very little of delivery and takeaway. Very
I
minimal.
can say that yeah
Yeah.
very minimal yeah very small portion of the overall sales
Okay. So actually from a customer perspective, I am very interested in talking to the dessert people because in the last couple of months when we cannot go out to eat, we are always trying to take care of the 3 meals, the basic meals of the family, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes we have to order delivery. Sometimes we have to cook by ourselves. So even arranging the 3 meals is already using a lot of our energy and our personal capacity. So something like a dessert, like a sweet treat, for me, for my family, it becomes something that we don't consider essential anymore. Yeah. So that is why I want to talk to you. How do you continue to remind people of ice cream? How do you continue to remind people of croissant or cakes? Yeah. So maybe Carol can share a little bit about how you continue to remind people of your brand and your products. Carol, are you there? Carol,
Huh?
can you?
The
Carol,
questions
No.
on the screen.
Carol, can you wait for Wilbur to send you a message to ask you the question? Wilbur, can you just type to her the question like in a bit more detail, and then
Yeah,
Guss Damn
can you
Good,
put the question, can you push?
can you check your
Yeah.
line or your in the line group to see the detailed question, Carol? Hello, Carol. Yeah, and then maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Guss Damn Good can talk about this first.
All right.
Never mind, I think we go ahead first. Yeah, we have to go ahead. So maybe we will let Carol introduce herself first.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
That's a
very
long
black.
time. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then maybe Guss Damn Good can talk about this. Sorry, guys, this is quite funny. Please hang around. Please hang around and don't drop off. Yeah. Okay, so maybe Guss Damn Good
Okay, this is not working out.
can share how you, in the face of the challenge, continue to remind people of your brand and remind people to eat ice cream. Yeah.
At first, Natee
Okay,
and
how?
okay, I can talk, right? All right. At first, Natee and we were worried about the ice cream because it's not food. It's not the essential things in life when COVID kicks in, right? But then maybe after that, after April until beginning of May, we realized that ice cream can actually make people happy, like make them less worry about situation. So they need to find something to solve about their mind, their mental thing that they are really worry about COVID. So ice cream become like thing that help them feeling better during that time. And another thing is I think because ice cream is a frozen treats, so people think that they can keep it for a while. So maybe a thing that like they think they can stock in the freezer and they can eat it whenever they want. So during the COVID, so we can make good delivery because people start to like they want to stock our products. And another thing about the branding and also and about the craft ice cream of Guss Damn Good is because for the takeaway cup, people get to know register about our product for long because we actually start our product in 2015 with this cup. And then after the cup, it will be scoop. So for the cup, people actually they know that we have it. They remember that we have this colorful lids, many kinds of flavor. So when they want to stock something at home, they're thinking of us.
Natee, do you have anything to add for this?
No, that's pretty much covered. Yeah.
Okay, Carol, are you ready?
Hmm.
Carol.
Carol.
Hi.
Hello, Carol.
Okay.
Yeah. Your turn.
How have we reacted in the face of the challenge? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We can.
Well, there's a few things. With this COVID thing that's happening. There's a back end and there's a front end. The front end is obviously we closed down the shop. We have one shop left, and the freestanding shop, the business were surprisingly it was okay. The business has been around for quite a long time, so we did have our customers. Customers came in to buy cakes every day. It was really crazy out there. So I guess it's probably the same with Guss Damn Good's ice cream. It's same with Paris Mikki dessert. It was like a little happiness for people that were stuck at home because everything changed. What we're used to doing we're not doing anymore. So I want to say we had a lot of majority of repeat customers. They would buy, and I feel that it gave them some kind of like a normalcy during this whole crazy thing. But in the back end is I do find that during this very challenging time, there is a lot of positive things to come out of this. There's always a positive to come out of every situation. And it just, how do we each find that positive for ourselves and for our business? And for me, it was time. because we had to downsize the business. Therefore, I had more time to focus on certain things that probably I didn't give enough time to. I had time to explore other things I wanted to do, to explore other project that was put aside. So I don't think it was all that bad. I think it's just how we see it,
Okay, Wilbur, I think we have a question for Carol from the floor, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This question is actually for Carol. Okay. The name Paris Mikki sounds like a eyeglasses shop, even in Singapore. Yeah. So one of our viewers actually wondered what was the idea behind the name of Paris Mikki. Carol, can you see the question?
The name behind the name behind Paris.
Yeah.
The name behind Paris Mikki. Well, the name behind Paris Mikki is I saw a lock in Paris that says Paris loves Mikki. So when I was living in Paris, before I moved back from Paris, I have already started the process of setting up my business. So I would come every time I came back. There was certain things, aspect of the business that I would get into. One of them was printing out my plates. So our plates are printed in the back with our name. And after printing it, I realized one day walking in Paris, it's an optical shop. And the more I looked into it, the more I realized, it's everywhere. It's quite a well-known brand. Like, oops. I have already printed all the plates, so I just move on with it. And plus, I'm not selling eyeglasses. I'm not an optician. I'm selling dessert. It's just a very it's the same name, but we're not selling the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In a
A
way,
very
it
question
actually-
I get that asked all the time.
in a way, it
And we
makes
get
it
confused.
easier for people to remember you actually. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, 2 years ago we did an interview,
Well, we
Facebook
get
live
confused
interview.
all the time, and sometimes.
Oh man.
Okay, maybe I will just continue. Yeah, I was just mentioning like 2 years ago we did an interview with Carol, Facebook live interview. So we in fact asked that question as well. So if you're interested to find out more behind Paris Mikki, you can. I will maybe post a link after this Facebook live so that you can see the Facebook live video again. All right.
Okay,
And
wait.
then we have another question for Carol.
Yes.
Whether there is any issue with delivery of pastries since they look so exquisite and delicate.
Yes, there was definitely delivery issues. But the delivery issue was not a recent thing. We've always had delivery issue throughout the whole time we were open. But just that once the shutdown happened, we had to figure out a better process of how to try to get things to the customers. So we did come up with a whole procedure for our front of the staff to follow, what to say to the driver. And because the road was very empty, there wasn't really a lot of delivery issues because the road was very empty. It wasn't stop and go, So we didn't really have much issues when everything was closed down, when the roads were clear. We had issues when the traffic started back up, surprisingly enough.
Okay. Anyway, moving back, throwing the question to the other side. Okay. I would like Guss Damn Good to explain why you are called Guss Damn Good.
All right. Okay. Gus. Okay, have to start from where Natee and I met. We met each other at Babson College in Boston. It's a school that focuses on entrepreneurs. So we've been living and enjoying the ambience of the entrepreneur school for like 2 years. So when we start craft ice cream in Boston, we at first we want Gus to be a place for people to hang out, just like people hang out in ice cream store in the US. So we've been thinking like, hey, maybe it's like give energy for people, for entrepreneur to come to this place together to hang out and eat ice cream, because ice cream is a unisex product and you can eat while you are standing or walking. It's really cozy and relaxed. So we've been thinking like, what is the key things about entrepreneur that we really like. So the first thing is entrepreneur has to focus on what they do. So the first Gus is come from focus. Another thing is entrepreneur tends to decide things from gut feeling, sometimes more than all the rational things behind. So another meaning of Gus is gut feeling. So focus and gut feeling become Gus ice cream. And then when we got back to Bangkok, when we first tried the recipe, our friend, he started eating ice cream and he said that, oh, Gus is so damn good. So why don't we change the name from Gus ice cream that we had in Boston to Gus Damn Good, because we want people to feeling damn good with not just ice cream but also the ambience around Gus Damn Good, like in our social media page or our scooper in at the store, or maybe some damn good thing that will be coming out in the future. So yeah, that's how.
Yeah, what about Natee? Anything to add? Because there are not that many brands who are brave enough to put the word damn inside the name. And then when we look at both of you, we will not relate the two faces to the word damn. So so does Natee have anything to add regarding the concept behind the brand and the name?
So the original of the Guss Damn Good is pretty much covered by Rarin, but I want to add the character of Guss Damn Good is composed of 4 things together. First is fun. Guss Damn Good has to be fun. So the second thing is real. So we don't have much like hierarchy, or we real is mean we try to communicate with each other directly. And another thing is get attention to detail. Is about the products, and we try to look at a very small thing, very small part, and we try to concentrate on it. And the last one is, what is it, Rarin? The last one.
Rebellious a little bit, is it?
Yeah,
Like,
be open.
Be open.
Yeah, be open. So that's the character of Guss Damn Good as a whole brand.
Natee, do you have some Guss Damn Good, like something to show us related to Guss Damn Good? Just because.
I have a lift. Like, this is the lift of our ice cream. I have a couple. This.
Can you explain to us the 2 flavors that you're holding?
Okay. So the first one is called Equality. Equality is actually come from last year. That is actually originated from me. That I'm the one who believes that Thailand is pretty much open for the LGBTQ, and we are quite open, as we can see from the entertaining business in Thailand. But there's one day that some of my close friend that I know, he actually doing something that I don't like about LGBTQ, and he is actually really close to me. And I start to have a question about, is Thailand really open about this matter? So I come to talk with Rarin that I want to explore more about the LGBTQ, and I want to have like some some flavor to communicate to the crown of Thailand. So we think that just two of us cannot like grab the essence of LGBTQ good enough. So we post it on Facebook to have some kind of workshop together, and we end up to have like 20 to 30 people coming to us to have a workshop together to try to like distill all the message together, like what they facing right now and what they try to tell people in Thailand. So we come up with the equality message. First message is equality. The second message is love is love. Yeah. So I let Rarin explain more about these two flavors.
Maybe I'll tell you guys more a little bit of our brand. We start our Guss Damn Good in Boston, and there is one night that if we are in the ice cream store, we see Bostonian lining up for the ice cream during the snow. So I asked my friend like, hey, why they like to eat ice cream during the snow? It's really cold, and they said that American people, some of them, they eat ice cream during the snow because it actually reminds them of summertime. It reminds them of the happiness moment that they have, something they want to have it in the future, something they want it back in the past. So we start our brand by one of our brand promise is our flavor all are inspired by people's story. Every flavor has to come from story, and then we develop that story to feeling, and that feeling come to flavor. And this one is called equality. We got the key message from the workshop that Natee mentioned. The ice cream is actually the best. It's the fresh milk and toffee crack sprinkle as a mix in. The fresh milk represent the rules that we all are in the same rule in this world. But the toffee crack sprinkle represents the difference for each person. The sprinkle has different color, and the toffee crack gives like the exciting crush, something creative that we each all have a different, but we stay in the same rule under the same white base. So that's represent equality. And this one we launched last June, Pride Month, and it's become customers' favorites. We keep making it for a year now, and this month is also Pride Month, and this one will be scoop. This scoop and also have available for take home all month for sure at all gas stores.
Okay. Is Carol hearing us properly now?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can you hear us, Carol?
It cuts. I can hear you, but it cuts in and out, so I can't hear full sentences.
Okay. Then I think we should move on to the next question to be flashed on the screen. Okay. So, okay, why I ask this question?
I need the question on the screen.
Yes. Why I asked this question is because last week we had a couple of ladies from the alcohol industry, and they mentioned to us of their struggles because of the lack of support and the lack of assistance from the landlords or the authorities after some of the rules and bans have been announced. So in your case, have you gotten any help or any assistance from either the authorities of your landlords in this kind of case? If it is convenient for you to share with us. Maybe we can start with Carol from Paris Mikki. Carol.
We got zero assistance from the government. We did have some assistance from our business partners, our landlords, our vendors, and all the people that we do business with. We did get assistance but it didn't come naturally. Obviously we took initiative and went for it and asked for the assistance.
Okay. What about Guss Damn Good? Because you deal with so many different locations, do you have any support from your peers or your landlords or whatever?
So for Guss Damn Good, we pretty much the same as Carol. We have no support from the government for sure, and for our location, most of the standalone we don't have any support from the standalone from the landlord. But for department store, they give us some support, like they give us some discount of the rent. But same as Carol said, we have to take initiative to ask them to have we send them an official letter to say our situation right now. Yeah, and some of them already take action, but some of them just tell up like by wording, and they still don't have any action right now. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, another reason why I think this is important in the discussion is because there might be people from other countries who are listening. So they have their own situation in their own countries. And then I think this kind of discussion brings a bit of an exchange of ideas and an exchange of situation, because some might be thinking that their situation in Singapore or Malaysia is very bad. But when they hear about the situation in Thailand, maybe they understand that actually the Singapore government is doing a lot to help the businesses, and vice versa. So I think the same COVID situation breeds different situations in different countries under different authorities and governments. So I think it is very interesting for us to share this kind of information if convenient. Yeah, so I think there is another question which I think is pretty good from the floor, Wilbur, about the...
Hold on, let me get Carol back first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Is Carol back now?
Okay, let me see. Carol, are you back? Okay, we have a question. I think this is very interesting. So what are the owner's favorite items from their own brands?
Yes.
Maybe we start with Carol.
Yes.
Paris Mikki.
Wilbur, can you flash the question again?
You have to type it. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry. My reception is really bad tonight.
The question on the screen, Carol.
The questions on the screen. What are your favorite items from your brand?
There's no question on the screen.
Wait, let me type.
Okay.
Can you see?
What are the owner's favorite items from their own brands? Recently I've been liking a lot of my new creation, which is I named it Roca Rona, and it's I created after a favorite candy that you find back in the US, which is almond roca. So it's a flavor of chocolate, of milk chocolate, almond. And yeah, it's been my favorite for the past few weeks for now. But before that, I usually like the chocolate tart. Something simple, I always like it. Something you could eat all the time, especially when we have when the cake gets sent back to the kitchen, and if I have a sweet tooth, if I see there's a chocolate tart, I usually take I'll just eat it. So that is my favorite, and I do like the coconut flavored cake, the Copacabana. Right now, I don't have the Copacabana on the menu. I have something new that will be coming out tomorrow. That's also the coconut It's Eva, it's coconut, milk chocolate, blueberry, and blackcurrant. So it's nice and fresh, something different. Yeah. So those are my 3 favorite right now.
Okay.
Maybe I will ask a question before we move on to Guss Damn Good. So what is your best-selling product or flavor? Yeah, so I think for our Paris Mikki case will be product, apart from your favorites.
The best-selling product, the best-selling product and flavor is the milfoi.
Yeah, it's always out of stock.
That's an all-time favorite. That's like the all-time best-selling.
Sometimes I go
Always out of
all
stock.
the way. I go all the way to Paris Mikki to eat the milfoi, and it's sold out, and then it's like the day is gonna be a bad day, Yeah, it's always the key. You better make more. Yeah. So we move to Guss Damn Good. So there are 2 questions. One is, what are your own favorite, and what is your bestseller?
All right. I'll start first. My favorite is like called Falling in Fall. It comes with the orange lit color that represent like a New England fall foliage. So we inspired this flavor from our road trip to New England fall forest while we are at Babson. So the flavor is maple bourbon as an ice cream base, and the mix in is a candy pecan. So it's like it's together. It's really aromatic, sweet, and really cozy. And another favorite thing is coming in the future. It's not coming yet because we're still designing the list. Is we call it intro to coffee, because we both have the history of about coffee. Like when we enter the coffee world, we start with a caramel macchiato. So this flavor will be like a coffee caramel crunch. It will be the easy version of coffee than what we had morning shot and white can coffee be white in store. This one will be easier, candy, something fun to eat in the afternoon.
What is the color of the ice cream?
For the intro to coffee, it will be like a latte, like a coffee milk. So it's like a light brown color, has
Okay.
crunchy insides and a caramel sauce while you are digging in the cup. But it's not coming yet. It's soon, maybe like in 3 weeks. Yeah.
we would like Natee's favorite as well.
Okay. So my favorite flavor of ice cream is called Bonfire. Bonfire is
Yeah,
actually
I like it.
It's actually burnt caramel, and the story behind Bonfire is I am the one who loved snowboarding when I was in US, and when we have back in US when we have snowboarding trip with our friends in classroom, at night they're gonna have like a bonfire together, and they do the marshmallow. They toast the marshmallow at bonfire. So the marshmallow gonna be like burn, and you can smell the smoke from the bonfire. So that's inspired to create this flavor, because we do the caramel to be a little bit burnt, and Eddie, I think you used to taste it, and sometimes it's this caramel is very bitter.
Yes.
And we have to ask customer to taste this first before order, because it's gonna be too bitter for someone. This kind of flavor is more like love and hate. Someone gonna hate it, and someone gonna love it so much. Yeah, that's my favorite flavor. And for the bestseller, I think it's very hard to tell, because we don't have signature. Our brand doesn't have any flavor signature. Customer come to try it and taste it by themselves, and every flavor have their own fan. But I can tell that main Rocky Coast is the one that people come to ask for. And if we out of stock of the main Rocky Coast, customer gonna yell at us. they're gonna scold us. Yeah.
So what is main Rocky
maybe
Coast?
main Rocky Coast, Rarin?
It's a sea salt with almond brittle. It's inspired from the main Rocky Coast.
Okay.
So sea salt represent the coast, the sea, and the almond brittles represent the rocky coast along the coastline of Maine. That we've been together, our first trip with the Thai and Asian people, and also the last trip with all class as a graduation trip. We both go to Maine, and it's a good memory for us.
Maine is a state in US. It's like 3 or 4 hour drive from Boston.
Mm. That's so interesting. Anyway, Carol, can you hear us?
No.
Carol?
No.
No, because can you hear us? Because I want to ask her too, because the names of her desserts are also very special. I would like to ask her about the inspiration behind the names of her desserts, but she cannot hear us, so it's gonna be very tough. So
You want me to type the question out?
yeah, you can. Yeah, I think we should move on. Wilbur.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we should move on. So, okay, the next question is Bangkok in the last couple of weeks has gradually moved back to normal. Okay, so if I am not wrong, in terms of the restaurants and the dining in, there has been a new development yesterday. Can anybody tell me or tell us the newest rule regarding the dining in for restaurants? It can be Natee, it can be Rarin. What is the latest law regarding the dining in?
Yeah, as I can see for the restaurant, they have to have like a what is it called, the acrylic to the shield between each table, and they have to contain like the number of guests of the diner. Even for the department store, they have to restrict the number of people who coming in the department store. But for Guss Damn Good at our store, we just I have to say that Guss Damn Good model of Guss Damn Good is more like takeaway, and we don't have much seating in our store. We just have seating at Central World. That's the only branches that we have seating, and we just have a signage that you cannot sit on that chair. You have to keep the distancing between each other, and the most important thing that the department store is focused about is at the cashier you must have the shield, and every staff they must have the shield too, and mask and alcohol gel. Yeah.
Okay. No, but because from what I heard from a friend in a restaurant yesterday, they said he told me that now a group of diners can go into a restaurant and sit at the same table already.
Really?
Starting from yesterday, but the social distancing is between group and group. That means if I come into a restaurant with my family can already sit at one table, but the distance between our group and another group at another table needs to be like 1 or 1.5 meters. So this is what I heard of the new rule that started yesterday, but I'm not very, very sure.
I think that they break the I cannot say that, but I think they break some of the rule. Yeah. Because or maybe at the department store they are more serious. I don't know about your restaurant. Is at the standalone, is outside the department store. Yeah,
Standalone.
probably they take that risk. Yeah. But
Oh.
at the department store, I and Rarin just went to have a meeting at Central World yesterday, and we have lunch together. So two of us, we have, when we get into the restaurant at Central World, they give us a very very big table, and we have to sit across each other. Yeah, we cannot sit like face to face like this, and we have to sit across each other. And every table is have to be like that. Yeah.
And
So-
another thing is you need to check in every place that you go. So from
Right,
the
yeah.
parking lot, you need to check in. In going up, every store that you visit, you need to check in. And you
Yes.
go out, you need to check out. So they just want to know where you go, when you go out, that something happened, they can track your journey.
So if
I think
if
they
if you
also
don't
can-
if you don't like the shop, you can just say that they did not follow all the social distancing, because there's a feedback when you check out, right?
True, that's true. When you check out, you have to access that shop.
So if you don't like them, then you just
Yeah.
anyway. Carol, are you following? Do you have anything to add regarding the new social distancing issues?
Well, the mode of business changed. Yeah, it definitely changed. Operation wise, we're more efficient. And selling, on the selling side, we are investing more in online deliveries, online apps, because I do think that this whole COVID-19 and the lockdown in 2 months has changed people's behavior drastically. Yeah, I think more we'll see more and more people staying in and less going out in groups. Yeah, for the fear of the containment of the outbreak. Yeah.
Does Gus Damn Good agree that more and more people will not go out and be used to delivery? Do you think so?
Agree and not agree. I think people gonna get used to delivery for sure. But I don't think that people gonna keep themselves at home all the time. But at the very first, they might want to stay at home. But at the end, I think people gonna live their life. They have to come out to have fun with their friends, to have fun with the social, and I think they're still coming out at the end. Yeah, it's gonna come back for me, I think.
So for Gus Damn Good, how are you doing delivery? Are you using the delivery applications, or do you have your own team, or how do you actually do it?
We do both. We was in all the platform, the big three. Every delivery, that big three, and we also have our line our line official, but we didn't do our. I mean, we don't have a biker by ourselves. We outsource delivery too, but we talk to customer by ourselves.
Okay, Carol, are you with us? Or is it still tough? Carol, hi. Anyway, I think we move
Hi.
on to our last question, since it's nearly an
Wait,
hour now. Yeah.
Okay, before we move to the last question, I think we have a question for Carol. Carol, do you have like original Thai product flavor too? Just curious if water buffalo milk is popular. Oh no, I think this is for Gus Damn Good. Yeah, for Gus Damn
Isn't
Good.
this for Gus Damn Good?
Yeah, Gus Damn Good. Yeah,
Yeah,
for Gus Damn Good.
All right, I'll research about the water buffalo milk then. But as I mentioned earlier, that got some good all the flavor. We use a story to flavor method to create the flavor, and we actually have one flavor that is actually a little like Thai, like oldies, nostalgia. That flavor we collaboration with the Carnation Plus. Carnation Plus is a condensed milk in Thailand, but the Plus is a premium line of the Carnation. They come to us and they want us to create the flavor and do the collaboration with them. We end up create the flavor called A Good Day. A Good Day with the pink lid. The flavor is actually the pink milk. Pink milk is made from is
Rose.
it's a red syrup. That is really very Thai. Like all the kids, I'm sure they tried before. So we call it pink milk, but we actually use Carnation Plus as an ingredient as well, and we mix it with the macadamia nuts. So it's a pink milk macadamia. So it's a little grown up version of the pink milk for us as a grown up to think back about a good day in the past. Yeah. So if you visit our store in the future in Bangkok, you may ask for A Good Day. It's become our special flavor that it's come and go, but it's usually there at the store.
Okay. Does Carol have any Thai-inspired dessert in Paris Mikki? Does Carol have any? Wilbur, you can type it and flash it on the screen.
Thai inspired. I think the closest Thai inspired will be our coconut based cakes. Because coconut is not a very typical Western ingredient. So that's probably the most Thai inspired cakes we have on the menu. The two coconut inspired cakes, the two coconut flavored cakes. So the base of it is a coconut mousse, and then we do add other flavors to make it more westernized, more modernized flavor for the client, and to add on to the menu.
So Wilbur, I think we have another question. Just maybe we could flash it before we end.
Did you have any issues with the supply of any ingredients during this period? I think this is applicable for both. Maybe Carol, you can answer first.
I can't hear you.
The questions.
It says, feel free to comment if you have any questions.
Okay, we go to Guss Damn Good first. Guss Damn Good, maybe you could answer this question first.
Yeah, sure. So actually, I'm during the COVID, like the beginning of COVID, that we heard the news from other countries. So I started to talk with Natee that, hey, is it okay if I buy some raw material like to stock for like 2 months? So like, yeah, Natee said that, hey, okay, do it whatever you want, just to prepare that I don't have to be worried in the future. So I actually turned my office to be like raw material stockholder. All the floors all like stocked by like the main ingredient like the chocolate, like everything. I'm just scared that it might run out. So now we still have a lot. Yeah, there's something that we can keep, some dry ingredients we stock. But during that time, for the fresh milk, the French cream, I think the supplier also stock a lot, so we never have a shortage.
I think most of the ingredient that we very necessary to make the ice cream. We stock it, and we have to we make sure of ourselves that we can make the ice cream. But some of the thing like lemon oil, lemon oil that we need to.
We actually launched a flavor to inspire people during the COVID-19. During that time,
That's flavor.
everyone is really serious, and we cannot be that fun as we want to be. But our brand is also making people feel damn good. So we launched this flavor. It's called this 2 shell pass. It's actually the honey, yuzu, lemon. But the main ingredient, we also use the lemon oil, like the real lemon oil from the US. We actually stock a lot, but then it's all out. And I'm now out of the lemon oil because cannot ship the product from the US. So yeah, now this 2 is not available in stores until we got the lemon oil back. Yeah, I'm still waiting.
What about Paris Mikki? Do you have any problem with supply? Have you read the question?
The supply and the ingredients. There was a few things that we were not able to get a hold of, so those are off the menu. We couldn't get any fresh raspberry, so the raspberry tart, the framboise royale has been off the menu for I think over 2 months already. And the planes are not coming in. So there's a few items that we removed from the menu temporarily, and because of that, I had to quickly come up with new cakes to replace those those cakes that I had to remove off of the menu. But yeah.
Okay. Anyway, for me, can I share? Because I cook a lot at home, okay, and I cook a lot of pasta. So I'm always believe in a brand of pasta called Barilla, Barilla. It is from Italy. I'm not sponsored by them. But during the COVID crisis, the shelves in supermarkets of all the brands of supermarkets in Thailand do not have Barilla at all. So it really affected how I cook, because I don't have my favorite pasta, and I don't think my pasta tastes the same when I use other brands of spaghetti. So yeah, so I hope Barilla comes back soon. Yeah, so just my personal sharing. Yes, and we have one more, Wilbur, from our good friend. Yeah, we know who she is.
From a dessert shop. Dessert shop perspective. Have people been stress eating streets? Did it reflect in the sale, or we also happen to have more dessert options these days too?
Yeah, dessert. I mean, more dessert options. Maybe I can clarify a little bit. More dessert options might be because for me personally, it could be because of the fruit season. Because I find fruits very distracting now. Because I order a lot of very, very high quality fruits direct from the orchards and different suppliers. And then when I need a sweet thing, I'll eat the fruit. So this could be one of the options. So yeah. Does Guss Damn Good have anything to say about the question?
I think one thing that Guss Damn Good is trying to do is we launch new flavor like all the time. We also now we have like 60 plus flavor that's been rolling out as a special flavor at the stores. So maybe sometimes people get bored of this flavor. They want to switch to something refreshing. So they have our sorbet. Sometimes they want something tipsy. They have a sorbet with champagne. They want to come back to something oldies. They might have some chocolate Milo called Chubby Camper. So for us, I think we start having more product this day. And also during the COVID, we start seeing our customer DIY ice cream with something else. So like some customer use our ice cream as the strawberry milkshake, and some customer they actually bake brownie, cookie, or even bread, and they pairing it with ice cream. So I think that's really interesting. Everyone becoming chef, and we actually like ask them and steal the picture to post it on social media to inspire people who work from home to being like a dessert chef at home.
Okay. Has Carol read the question?
Yes. I definitely think that people have been stress eating sweets. It gives them some kind of a normalcy, like I said earlier, some normalcy in this crazy time. But at the same time, you also see a lot of master chefs, a lot of new master chefs. Everybody's posting what they're doing, what they're cooking, what they're baking. A lot of baking ingredients at the supermarket are sold out. Like flour sold out. This is sold out. Like so. So I think and it has reflected in the sales. So yeah, definitely people are stress eating. People are stress cooking, stress baking. Everybody's becoming a master chef. Master chef, master baker. I don't know if they're making ice cream though. I haven't seen a lot of people making their own ice cream.
But they pair ice cream with something else, so that's also good to see the creations. Sometimes it inspires us to create a flavor for them.
Yeah. So maybe we go on to the last question, because I think maybe this is give both of you the opportunity to say some words to your friends in the industry or your loyal supporters, because I believe a lot of people are buying things from you guys, partly because they want to eat something nice, but also partly because they really want to support you during this time. So maybe what do you have to say to them? And before we go, maybe Guss Damn Good first.
I think for the friends of the industry, for when you're coming to the crisis, I think it's some kind of the test for you to see how good you know your brand, how good you know your customer, and you need to be creative enough to get your brand through the crisis. And I think it is very important for the leader and every leader in this industry to be more creative and have to be like into your brand, not going to like doing something outside your brand. You must have your brand promise, and that creative must reflect to your customer too. So for our supporter, I think we would like to say thank you to help us to get through this, because at first when the whole COVID comes in, me and Rarin also like stressed out, like if it's gonna be how hard it's gonna attack us, and we set our target that we must run the business going forward, because we tell our staff that we're gonna pay them in full, whatever it happened. So we're gonna do our best to pay everyone in full salary. So we have to fight, and that's because of all the supporter who love our ice cream. I think our ice cream coming to be their part of their life, and it's helped them to get through this together too, because they have to work at home. They also stress out, and ice cream is the part of them that make them happy. So that's really mean to us.
Does Rarin have
Yeah,
anything
that's
to
it.
add?
Yeah, I think Natee cover all, but there is one thing that I just want to say. I think the flavor, this too shall pass, is actually launched for all the fellows, friends who run the business to feel that everything will be okay. Like after this, everything will be like bright again. So now we just have to think about the positive thing that we have right now and try to fight. And for that flavor, we also give it to our customer because I think it's really hard for all of them to change all the behavior or the new normal. They have to work at home, eat the food from delivery that is not hot anymore, and it's not like you eat the dinner at a restaurant, right? So and also cannot meet friends, no social with friends, no pub, no bar, cannot go anywhere. So it's really hard for people to adjust their lives. So that flavor is actually from us. That message is for them. Yeah, and thank you everyone for your support.
What about Carol, Paris Mikki?
Well, I want to thank all our supporters. You know, I want to thank all the supporters that have supported us through this difficult time. And a quote to leave everybody with is: "Good times bring confidence, and bad times bring characters out in people." I think there is never a wrong time to start anything because there's never a right time. So even though it's a very difficult situation right now, if you have something, your mindset to do something, this to start a business, even a food business, go ahead, start it. But you just have to know your limitation, the situation we're in, and I think just work around it. I think hospitality and F&B has been severely affected, but if we all get through this together, we'll come back stronger. I think so. Yeah, and I think there's been a tremendous support from the Thai community to try to help everyone in the F&B business to try to stay afloat. And you see that by all the Grab deliveries, lineman deliveries all over the streets. I think we're very fortunate to have that access. So people are ordering left and right, and it's been a blessing to, especially the F&B business. Yeah.
So I think
We'll
that's
get through
it.
this, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you all the people who are still bearing with us because it's not been a very smooth evening for us technically. So yes, thank you, Guss Damn Good. Thank you, Rarin. Thank you, Natee.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Carol. Yeah,
Thank
so,
you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for putting this together, Wilbur, Eddie.
No problem. It's our pleasure.
No problem.
Thank you. We will meet
Bye.
again. We will meet again soon. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Bye.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
When I have better reception. Bye.
All right. We had a very interesting conversation with our brands. With our favorite brands, Guss Damn Good and Paris Mikki. And in fact, every time I go back to Bangkok, I will definitely make it an effort to go to any of their branches to get either the pastries or ice cream because it's really delicious. Right. So next time if you are in Bangkok, do check them out. We have written reviews of them before, so do check them out. And thank you so much for joining today. And we will be having another Q&A session this coming Thursday. Same time, 9 p.m. Singapore time and 8 p.m. Thailand time. We have invited the CEO of Namho Travel Agency in Singapore to talk about the travel industry and the travel agency. How are they going to change to the new norm when tour groups return after this whole situation? All right, so do stay tuned to Thursday session. We will post the update tomorrow. All right, See you then, and thank you for joining us as usual. Thank you. Bye bye.